Welcome to my first YouTube video, where I will complete an unboxing of a watch made by Kool Mods. The watch pays homage to the modern Rolex GMT II, however has been created by Kool Mods to create a timepiece that I have to say from a distance looks like the real deal. I will leave a link to Kool Mods below, but there are a handful of mod watch communities out there that can customize and create time-quality pieces for a fraction of the cost of high-end, luxury prestige timepiece such as Rolex, Tudor, and Omega. As a previous owner of a vintage Rolex GMT II, I will provide some of my personal opinions about the Kool Mod watch. I will say from the outset that I am by no means an expert in horology, but am simply a guy that has a love for all watches, from Casio to Seiko to Rolex and beyond. I just like good quality tool watches to wear and use in my everyday life, and hope this video is for like-minded people. I collect watches of all types and don't discriminate. Okay, let's get down to business. The watch took about 4 weeks to arrive from order. The website advertises a 2 to 4 week turnaround and says often even faster, but there was some follow-up from my end with promises and the delays, but I was able to communicate with customer service via their chat function easily enough. I went for modern GMT black and selected an oyster bracelet with a Jubilee bracelet also being available. Some in the horology community refer to this as the Bruce Wayne style of timepieces, with its classy, bold, and elegant black, white, and silver color scheme. It arrived in this box from New South Wales with some light bubble wrap. Now, the watch cost me $545, which included taxes and shipping. I did honestly expect a bit more padded packaging around the watch, but there was no damage, and the watch was very well protected from scratches with plastic lining throughout, which you will see shortly took me some time to get off. I was lucky to receive 2 NATO straps with my order. At the time of the order, there was a 5% discount applicable for new customers, which I failed to enter at the time of purchase. Upon reaching out to Kool Mods and asking if they would refund the 5%, they said they couldn't as the order had already gone through but would throw in a few NATO straps, which I was pretty happy about. They also provided some handy tools to remove links and attach the NATO straps. My first impressions of the watch as I removed it from the plastic packaging was the nice weight to it. It felt solid and heavier than my previously owned vintage Rolex GMT II. So that was nice, as I like a heavier piece on my arm. I did notice that the bracelet felt a bit rough and sharp on the edges. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel bad at all, and again, I'm comparing it with the old Rolex, so it's an unfair comparison in many ways. But after a few days of wear, I have gotten used to it and actually quite like it. Overall, the quality is good. It's clean, shiny, and feels strong enough to withstand day-to-day activities. For a tool watch, what more do you need? The nerve center of the watch is powered by a Japanese Seiko NH34 automatic GMT movement. The crown can be screwed down, and I had no issues setting the time, date, and GMT hand. I did notice, however, that the date magnification is massive and I think oversized compared to other watches. But with aging eyes, it can't be a bad thing. The bezel felt solid and made a nice click as it spun around. It only goes the one counterclockwise direction, another difference to my vintage piece that could swivel both clock and counterclockwise without clicking into position. This is just an observation and of note. The bracelet being much too large for my wrist meant the need to remove a few links. With the tools supplied, it was a relatively easy thing to do with pins that are unscrewed and then screwed back in. Different again to the vintage Rolex, which required a little hammer and needle to knock the pins out. I'm not sure whether the modern Rolex GMT has the screws. I'm happy for someone to educate me and comment below. After some bracelet link adjustments, time setting, and a polish with a soft cloth, it was time to wear. After wearing the watch for about a week, it has kept good time. The accuracy of the NH34 movement is noted in literature as around plus 40 to minus 20 seconds a day. My experience for the first week has noted no change, so very accurate to date. Strangely enough, as part of my collection, I have a Seiko Sport 5 Sports GMT, which has an 4R34 automatic movement, which I seem to have to adjust every third day or so, bringing forward by about a minute. So overall with this mod, a very accurate experience to date. For the first few days, I was of the impression that the dial did not have any luminescent material, and I was honestly a bit disappointed that I would not be able to see the time in darker environments. It is a tool watch after all. But I assumed wrong, as after a day out in the sun, I realized it did light up in a very cool blue tone, not the standard green. I admit I was a happy feller when I realized this as the watch then felt 100% complete. It's the attention to detail after all. One thing I haven't tested yet is how it performs in water. It has a 5 ATM rating, which is 50 meters water resistant. So, compared to the Rolex GMT and even other original Seikos, it doesn't quite compare to the 100-meter standard. Having said that, I wouldn't generally swim or go diving with it anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But it is good to know that it has some water resistance capacity, in case I have to perform a dramatic Bruce Wayne water rescue. You never know. Kool Mods are pretty clear on their website advising not to use their watches in saunas or hot and steamy environments to prevent moisture entering the case. Hopefully there won't be any issues in warmer, humid climates as I travel the globe with my GMT function ticking away. In conclusion, I'm very impressed and happy with the timepiece. The build quality and attention to detail, including homage to the Rolex GMT, is really very well done. I have noticed a few people take a second look at it when I have worn it out and about. It is a sophisticated and timeless-looking piece which I'm very glad to add to my collection. It goes well with my Bruce Wayne wannabe lifestyle, and I feel ready to spring into action if and when the need arises. It's not the cheapest modification watch out there, many of which can be purchased for half the price and built in Asia. I'm happy, however, to support an Australian company and own a quality timepiece that will hopefully last many years to come. For those of you that have considered a mod watch to add to your collection, have half a grand to spare but perhaps not quite the 24 grand to throw around, I'd say get on board and support the mod watch community and just have a little fun with it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments below.